And I'm excited to be here with all you guys. All right, so I think we are on the brink of having our live stream up. So thanks everyone for your patience.
You want to check it too, Alex?
It's on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's live, and
Pull it up.
Can you see Alex?
is that still gonna get closer?
No, this works. This works. Hey
Oh look. Oh,
everyone.
okay.
Okay, I'll keep an eye on the chat there.
Thank you.
Does anybody think they can say everybody's name?
Nope. Yeah. I got that. Yeah, stickers.
We need to stick name tag.
I don't know. I'm actually all right. I might.
But you already do it.
I might run through there.
Show the hands up, Patrice. Let's see. Let's see how many you get.
I'm talking about that noise. I'm playing. Okay. Alex, Evan, Eddie, Star, Rojo, Lydia, Gary, Kinsu. Oh, shit. Sorry.
Something like that.
Very good. 7.
I mean, I'm a.
I'm pretty good.
I really cheated. I'm gonna be real. I knew everybody's name, but I said it except for his. Yes,
Any name though.
What's your name?
Abby.
Abby. Okay.
Oh,
I knew it was different. You heard me saying, "Oh,
yeah, you almost got it.
yeah." Hey. Libby. Abby, Libby. Come on now. I was supposed to remember that. Aisha. What's your name, ma'am? Gina.
Yes.
Okay, Gina. What are you looking forward to this fall?
Vacation.
Where are you going?
Nowhere.
Where are we going?
Vacation. Nothing. 5 whole days. That would be awesome.
Oh, love that.
See, you trying to
Nice.
We need that.
Sammy.
House.
So,
The same.
Abby, Libby, Sammy. Abby, Libby, Sammy. Aisha.
Yeah.
Oh, name? How you spell it?
OYIN.
O-Y.
Oi.
Oh, I know Olivia.
It's like saying O and then in.
Oi.
Oh, in.
Can I call you O?
That's this is already a nickname.
Huh?
This is already a nickname.
Yes, he's telling me, what's your real name?
Where you from?
Huh?
Where you from?
Where you from?
Nigeria.
Oh, okay. Ooh, so I gotta work on the 4 letters.
So he's saying he already made it.
No, I don't want no.
Landon.
Huh?
It's hunting.
How you spell it?
And the people
Oh,
wow.
literally. Okay, I wish I could say this. I like to actually like.
All right.
Oh.
Welcome everyone online. Feel free to jump in the chat. Let us know if you have any questions, and we'll bring it into the main room here. Thanks once again, Nydia, for getting everyone warmed up. I'm so glad to see everyone that's here. A lot of new faces. So somebody who's new, tell us what got you here today. Anybody who wants to volunteer, go for it.
I was looking for like ways to like get active in Fort Worth, and I saw Tarrant4Change, and then I saw this was today, and I was like, might as well just.
Awesome. So yeah, the Fort Worth Black and Brown Coalition is something that Tarrant4Change helped develop with other organizers and leaders. Dr. Michael Bell from Unity in the Community was one of the folks that helped start this. United Fort Worth. It started from a community conversation around something that was happening in the county jail, and then we talked about wanting to continue this. So for the last 3 years, we've been having this as a monthly space to be able to talk about and try to bring more solidarity amongst the Black and Brown community of Fort Worth. All right, so today we're going to talk about organizing against extremism. And we have a lot of things to talk about and a lot of opportunities for people to participate. I think one of the key things we want to make sure that everyone here is able to do while you're here is engage with one of the actions, at least one of the actions that we're going to share with y'all. So if you have your phone, get ready because there's going to be some QR codes to scan from time to time. But then also, we want to make sure that if you're trying to get plugged in, that you potentially find a spot to get plugged in, or at least connect with someone that a further conversation can happen so that you can get plugged in. Because we want people to either organize or support the efforts that organizers are making happen. But we got to do one or the other at least. The time is now for us to activate as individuals, but to build our activation as a collective. So if you are not a part of the Fourth Black and Brown Coalition text that we have for everyone, then I'm going to add this here. And let me upload this here. All right, so this is your first QR code. You can scan this QR code. It'll get you added to our distribution list so that when we send text messages, reminders about the next month's meeting or information. Now, we would love, oh, is there a t-shirt in the way? No, we only move it if someone buys it. Who's gonna buy these t-shirts? No.
Is that good or do I need it? One more, yeah, move one more, yeah, that's good.
All right, so if you're interested in helping the Forward Black and Brown Coalition, some of the needs we have within this space, which is a collection of different leaders, different community members. Right now, we are texting folks. There's a calendar invite. We want to make sure we're getting new people on the calendar invite. We'd love to be more effective with our emails, but then we'd also love to be able to call community members month to month just to check in with them, remind them about what's coming up, what the topic's going to be about. And that way we're continuing to have this engagement with each other who's participating in this. So if anyone is interested in that, definitely let me know and we can get you plugged in and collaborate with you on some of the opportunities there. All right. Everyone scan this who needed to scan it? All right. All right. So like I said, it's time to organize and take action. This is so important for us in this moment and today that everyone has to walk away understanding the importance. It's great for us to come to meetings. It's great for us to get educated. It's great for us to be able to build relationships. All those things are needed now, but we have to be real intentional that when we come together as community, that we are also taking action, that we are organizing and we are building our power. Okay? Anybody want to share their perspective on this call for all of us to be engaged? How does it make you feel? Anything you'd like to add to what I've said? Go for it.
Can I jump in my
Sure.
new capacity here?
Yeah,
So,
go for
hey, I didn't get my hug. Come on.
Good seeing you.
All right. Sorry, I'm not a newbie. So I'm Gina Bird. I'm from the NAACP, and I'm the Environmental Climate and Justice Program Chair. And I've been with Mr. for a very long time. We've been organizing, and basically our organization for taking action. We as NAACP, but let me shift you to where I am and what I do in another capacity and a couple of other capacities officially. I am the faith-based coordinator for Texas Department of Emergency Management. So we're in equity-based emergency management. And over here, I am also an instructor for hazmat. So I do hazmat technical training, regulatory compliance, that whole thing. So crunch all those together and throw me in the emergency management box, okay? So in emergency management, what we're looking for is exactly what you're talking about tonight. Not sure what he's about to get into, but our job is for now is a call to action to organize. But let me put you in another word. We're mobilizing. Everybody understand that? We're mobilizing. We see what's going on in the world right now, and we see what's happening. When we think about emergency management and the government, we get into our communities, they're not going to be able to support us. So we have to create an entity within ourselves to support ourselves within our own communities. Does that make sense? For emergencies, for healthcare, for all of those things. Everybody seen those floods? Everybody seen the disasters that happened? That's what we're in. COVID was a real thing. We ran out of food, things like that. You guys have to start getting prepared within the community. Does that make sense? So that is an organization, mobilization, and taking action. For our Black and brown communities, statistically, we are the worst. We are the worst, okay, as far as preparedness and getting involved as far as taking action. So if there is something we can do to help stimulate you, we have a program under NAACP, which is called the Community Emergency Response Team. Please look that up. It's a Department of Homeland Security program. Once again, CERT. Please look that up. It's Community Emergency Response Team. You get 24 hours of free training from the Department of Homeland Security. Does everybody hear this? And this is FEMA training. So you can get this for free, 24 hours, and they train you on those preparedness, medical. It's a whole gambit, so please look it up. I'm throwing it out there real fast because I want to sit down real quick, and this is what we're talking about. So please look it up. Department of Homeland Security, FEMA, CERT. That's what we're doing under NAACP. I'm doing my little solicitation out there.
Girl, I was like, what is going on? Okay.
If you guys want to get involved in
Okay.
NAACP.
You got some flyers or something?
I just came
Okay,
here. I got
okay.
my misters going on with his
All right.
Tarrant4Change. If you guys haven't heard of NAACP, have you guys heard of NAACP?
Yeah, I think we got it.
Communities, have we seen us? We are trying to get active as well. We cannot be about talking just to go on. We need foot people. We need people to get active in the community. So that is my job. I am the one that's here, and we've been here for a very long time. So if you want to see me before I leave, I am in NAACP. Once again, Environmental Climate and Justice Program, and we're working on CERT. Please look it up. And if you need me, I'll be right here, and I'll stay after if you want to chat.
Good seeing you. Good seeing you. Thanks so much. All right, so the four things we're going to talk about today is Fort Worth City Council, Tarrant County Commissioners Court, Fort Worth ISD, and elections. There are key things happening in all of these areas right now that we want to make sure people are aware and have an opportunity to get plugged in. Okay, so to kick us off, we're going to talk about Fort Worth City Council. Okay, so raise your hand if you are aware of what happened on September 30th at public comments being made to try to stop City Council from reducing public comments. Raise your hand if you're aware. Okay, so there's a group of us, huh?
I don't know what happened.
Now, Patrice. Now, there's a group of us who went there to make public comments to get on the record that we did not want to have public comments reduced. This year, there are separate public comment meetings that we have 15 opportunities. Now, some of them were not made available because they didn't have quorum. And there was other meetings where they reduced our time from 3 minutes to 1 because they had dinner plans and they had to shut the meeting down soon, earlier than the amount of time that people were there. So they proposed having only 10 public comment meetings for 2026. And so that means if you showed up to every meeting and talked for 3 minutes for the entirety of 2026, you'd have 30 minutes in the year to tell Fort Worth City Council what you wanted to see improve or what your concerns were that are not based on an agenda item. Now, you could still sign up to make comments on various agenda items. There's always a bunch of agenda items that are happening. But we know the way our city works, they may not have the things we want to talk about as an agenda item. Like, I am not too sure there's going to be an agenda item about trying to get a citizens oversight committee passed for the police, right? So if we want to talk about that, we need to go to public comments so that we can talk with whatever topic we want to talk about, right? And they want to reduce that. So, Patrice, would you like to just give a summary of your experience?
Yeah, you guys, I've been an activist probably for a little over 5 years, but I had been quiet all year, all 2025. And EJ with the 817 podcast I had been meeting with him and Alex and Dante with Community Frontline and some other organizers. We have been meeting weekly, Nydia. And EJ told us that they were going to be reducing the public comments from 16 to 10 per year. So he was saying that a few of them was going to go speak at city council against why we should not have our time to speak truth to power limited. So I went there to speak. I wrote my speech. I was excited. It was in the morning. I was there early. I was ready to go. I went up and I did my speech and I spoke and I was calm and because I'm usually very high energy and loud, but I was very calm, cool, and collected. And as I was walking off, Maddie Parker, your mayor, she made the comment, Patrice, I still have your casket. So hearing that comment, I'm like, of course, I'm gonna take that as a threat because what do you mean you still have my casket? I'm pretty healthy. I don't see myself dying no time soon. I don't know why you would have a casket for me. I'm confused. So I reached out to Fort Worth Police Department. I attempted to file a police report for terroristic threat because she's the mayor of Fort Worth and it's Fort Worth Police Department. They basically refused to take my police report. So a few of us got together and a lot of organizations came together and I'm so thankful, Tarrant4Change being one of them, Community Frontline, the 817 Podcast, Next Generation Action Network, Community Builders with Kim Tu, Dominique Alexander was Next Generation. Several organizations came together and wrote her letters demanding for her to apologize for the comment that she made. So Maddie, we do an interview with Channel 8, and of course, Maddie did what a lot of white women do. She went on the news and she played victim. So she said that her comment was in reference to a 2022 silent protest that happened at her home where victims of police brutality for the Fort Worth PD were written on a casket. It was dropped in her yard. She said that was in reference to that, and basically she was accusing me of doing that. I had nothing to do with that casket, that silent protest, so that is basically you're slandering me at this point. So if it wasn't a threat, then you're slandering me, you're defaming my character, you're affecting my organization, funding, and all type of stuff with that type of slander. So currently, I'm asking for an apology, and Maddie is doubling down, and she's not giving me an apology. So we're asking, and I'm asking personally, happy to meet all of y'all, if y'all will come to City Council on October 14th to public comments. You can scan this code right here. You can sign a petition it's not a petition, it's gonna be letters. So they're gonna send letters out asking her for an apology, and then they're also gonna correspond with you, giving you information about the next public comment. So you'll have an opportunity to go on October 14th at 6 p.m., stand in solidarity with us. I am hoping to have at least 100 people there. Since they want to reduce public comment, let's go in big numbers and keep them there all day and night. So if you have more public comment, we can spread it out, but if not, then we'll just go and we'll be deep every time we go, and you'll just really be inconvenienced because you'll be there all night. So that's where you can sign up for that. And I feel like it's the time to really unify and just show forward that there's strength in numbers. Like we know that they hold a lot of power. Money rules Fort Worth. The Fort Worth way that's been happening. However, community power that's big. So it's time for us to really stick together and see if we can band together and flip forward. And it's gonna take Black and brown people uniting because we are a majority minority city. So with Black and brown people collaborating and doing this push, I really have hope. And I'm motivated that we can change some things, we can flip some seats, and we can get real representation that is going to be beneficial for all of us.
All right.
Right. Really.
All right. So go ahead.
First question.
Yeah.
Because Fort Worth PD wouldn't take your money, did you try filing a complaint with the police oversight committee?
We don't have one of those.
What do you call it? Monitor?
I ran into her, Bunseal. I actually ran into her. I explained to her the situation. I saw her. When was that? We were at the District 8 town hall.
That was Monday or Tuesday.
I'm asking So Monday or Tuesday, I ran into her and I actually gave her the report number, gave her all the operator IDs, everybody I spoke with. I documented everything. I actually had the recording because I may need that later. So I gave her all that. She said she was going to work on it. I haven't heard back from her.
Go see her. Second question. Because you want to classify it as a terroristic threat, did you take the opportunity to go down and file a complaint with the FBI and ask that they at least look into it?
I don't want to deal with Cash Patel. No, I'm just kidding. I did not. Get some, I'm scared. Shit. You want to know the truth? I didn't because the leader of the FBI is. It just don't seem safe to go do nothing with the FBI. So no, I didn't.
Did you say if you had a recording of them declining to,
Heck yeah, to take my report.
have you released that yet?
I'm taking it, y'all. So I'm taking it slow, y'all. Y'all gotta understand that we are in Tarrant County, okay? I am a black woman with no security, and unless y'all finna come make sure I'm safe, I want to live. So I'm baby steps, y'all. In real life, y'all, like they targeted me back in 2020, sent 10 officers, SRT, so SWAT outside of their jurisdiction to Arlington and surrounded my house to arrest me, to make an example out of me. So I know what they're capable of. And also I have a new neighbor who is Eddie Garcia. So Eddie Garcia lives across the hall from me, literally.
The new fourth chief of police.
The new chief of police, I live in 1217, he live in 1218. I can't make this up. So this is, so that's also a thing as well. So I'll keep an eye on you. I bet he will keep an eye
So,
on me.
but I think the main thing.
The main thing is sign up to speak and stand in solidarity, like for
Yeah.
real, y'all. And I'll give y'all my number. This meeting is not all about me, so come get my number. I'm open book. We can talk about all the ideas y'all have, but no, I ain't going to the FBI. That ain't what I'm.
Because this is going to be a continuing developing effort. We don't imagine that this is going to end on Tuesday when there's public comments, which I'm going to talk about here in a minute. So if you want to be updated, one of the opportunities is if you sign this letter, then you'll be a part of a communication distribution to give other updates around things that are going to be happening as they develop. So, and I know it's kind of small on screen, but if you have your phone and you zoom in, it should still be able to read the QR code. And so just to show folks here, so far, 5,400 letters have been sent. So what that means is that every person who signs the letter, it goes to 24 different spots. It goes to the mayor, city council, all the district offices, the city manager, assistant city manager, and the city attorney. So this means over 220 people have participated so far. Huh?
Yeah, it's 225. I just did the math.
225, yep. So we want to get this total letter amount over 10,000 by Tuesday. So if you've already participated in signing the letter, fantastic. We now need your help in sharing it to your network because we want to get everyone activated. And once again, anyone who signs this, it's not just to put pressure on the mayor to apologize and to bring back more public comments and the city council bring back more public comments, but this helps us identify our community members who are in this fight so that we can keep communication with them, so we can bring them into other spaces and we can plug them into other organizing efforts and actions.
And I think it's important to point out, mobilizing is when you're all coming together on a certain issue. So what we're doing with this, we're all mobilizing to stand up to Maddie, to stand up to, hey, we want to be able to speak as a community. That's what mobilizing. The big picture is organizing to where we're all together, working together to be able to mobilize on certain topics.
Right.
So that's very important to know.
Yeah, absolutely. So like organizing is around transformation and mobilizing is more of kind of a transactional doing something to get something done.
Great job. Great.
So we can't just win on transactions. We got to build our transformation.
A network to be able to organize.
All right. So that's key for this effort. Now, the other thing about this effort is October 14th, next Tuesday, is public comments. And the agenda now has public comments open. So you can sign up to add your name to the list, to make public comments, or you can submit written comments. But with this QR code or with this short link, whichever one you want to use, take a moment. And at the minimum, we're asking submit a written comment. And if you are available to show up at 6 p.m. on Tuesday at Fort Worth City Hall, then you can be a part of the people who are speaking. Now, in comparison, when we helped organize and mobilize community around the DEI vote, we had about 9,700 letters sent to Fort Worth leadership. So a little over 400 people participated. Around 92 people, I think, signed up for public comments. And I think a little over 60 delivered public comments. And all of them were on our side, but maybe 9 to 10, or was it maybe 12 at the most?
Yeah.
The vast majority was on our side. So we want to take this opportunity where a threat was made to a community member, a Black woman, and the suppression of our voice as community members was passed to continue to raise our collective, to show that we're not going anywhere, that this is going to continue to build, and every issue that we come together as community that we want to fight, or we want to advocate for, or we want to try to stop, that this collective is growing stronger. And right now it's important because they just all got elected in May of 25, just a few months ago. And the fact that we are building our collective now for the election in May of 27 is going to show them that we are going to have the final say who's in that city council. And that's what we get to show. Taking an action today does not guarantee we win those elections, but taking action today helps us build towards that outcome. And so this is why taking action right now and organizing is so essential for us, because the more practice, the more we work together, the easier it's going to become when it comes time for elections versus us waiting.
And being
For that.
reactionary.
Huh?
I said instead of being reactionary.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is so important, and this really helps all of us continue to come together. Now, the other thing about this action is that since it's being hosted by the 817 Gather and podcast in collaboration with organizations like By Any Means 104, Patrice's nonprofit, Tarrant4Change, See It, Name It, Fight It, then we're going to also invite you to other efforts like the 817 Gather, which is once a month on a Sunday, the third Sunday of the month. And so you'll get information around that. And then also remind you about key things that are happening on the podcast to make sure you're watching those conversations, sharing those conversations, because that's a weekly podcast. Actually, I had 2 episodes this week. That's a weekly podcast that is talking about things here in Fort Worth. And the more we can get in sync with the conversation, the points that people are making, the actions, the better we get to bring our community together. Okay? So this is a big part of what we get to do. Any questions, comments, feedback that anyone would like to share?
748.
Just that if anybody, I think we're thinking about hosting on Monday night, like a Zoom, if anybody is like nervous about the idea of speaking in front of council, or you haven't before, or like writing your remarks, or you just want to run through your remarks with somebody. So we'll send that info out as well.
Yeah, I think we may have a Saturday morning option
Yeah.
and Monday evening.
So they're gonna offer support. So if you
Yeah.
need help like writing your speech or just with anything, they'll be offering support. That's what it is referring to.
I'm making sure I'll be available Saturday morning when we put that communication out.
Yeah.
I know Lydia.
You're on call Saturday. I'm on call Monday. I'm not-
Yeah, Lydia looked at me nervous, like, I'm not available Saturday. All right. Anything else?
748.
Oh, I know. I'm keeping track of all the time you took,
on
Patrice.
track. Keep Alex on track. Y'all know that.
All right, next thing is Commissioners Court. Very similar to Fort Worth City Council, the Commissioners Court passed some changes with the new budget to where instead of having 2 Commissioner Court meetings a month, it's now only 1. 1 Commissioners Court meeting a month for 2.2 million people that it serves. That's crazy. And so the next meeting for the normal Commissioners Court is going to be also Tuesday the 14th. And I think tomorrow there'll be some communication around potential public comments. That meeting's at 10 a.m. But since it's only a monthly meeting, that agenda we're already hearing is huge. And so if you want to be in both spots, go to 10 a.m. at Commissioners Court, get a bite to eat, go to City Council at 6 p.m. There may be a few folks that are going to be doing that, but this is an option to be able to participate in either one. Or if you just want to be present to see how it works and to see how O'Hare tries to suppress people's voice, how he harasses people, this is a good opportunity. But in response, some organizations have come together to say, okay, if you're going to limit our access to government, if you're going to limit our access to speak truth to power, we're going to build our own Commissioners Court. And we're going to work with community to start addressing the issues we see that's happening in the county that the Commissioners Court is not addressing. We'll eventually get to where we're going to bring community experts to talk about things like with the jail, with elections, with health services, and on. And every month between now in the next year, as we get ready for the 2026 election in November, we are going to build the education and capacity of community to understand why the Commissioners Court is so important. So some things that the Commissioner Court has passed this year is they did their racial gerrymandering because they want to try to get rid of Commissioner Simmons, because once again, this county loves attacking Black women, and she's a Black woman standing up to O'Hare and the extremism that's happening. They got elimination of human services that provided services for people for rental support, electricity support, other kinds of support that they get if they hit hard times. They cut health services. They also reduced the tax rate for JPS so that we're giving less money to the JPS network, which is our county hospital. There's been no accountability for deaths in county jail. In fact, the sheriff said, as long as Commissioner Simmons is there, I'm not showing up. I'm not going to talk to y'all because she's mean to me and she hurts my feelings. Him and his big old cowboy hat, right? And then, like I said, the Commissioner's Court has been reduced to 1 meeting a month. So what we're going to be modeling in this first meeting is it's really going to be an important listening session, because we have some ideas as organizers how to structure this, but we also want to make sure we're getting community input on how we structure this so it's effective and people's time is used to the best of its ability. So when you scan the QR code or you type the short link, you can decide to sign up for public comments at the People's Commissioners Court, and you'll have 3 minutes where you won't get cut off because you hurt some extremist feelings. And we will be live streaming that and getting that on the record. We're also going to have a community potluck. So if you want to help participate in feeding the community, folks can bring and sign up food that they like to bring, because we know it's in the evening, folks are going to be taking time away from being at home. And then we're also going to be having small group discussions to talk about, okay, what are some of the things we want to do to be effective? One of the things we see as an opportunity is that every month, if we end up focusing on a particular issue, so let's say in November, we focus on the jails, and we bring community experts from organizations to talk about why are the jails the way they are, why are so many people dying and being murdered in the jails. And then we hear from impacted community members who have had family members killed in the jails. We then want to work with community to capture public comments around what they want to see changed, their insights, their perspectives, but also if they want to give public comments about other issues, they can. But then when we're in small groups, we want to talk about how do we want to advocate for change for folks who want to participate in that? How do we want to produce activist efforts to speak truth to power in different ways outside of a meeting? And then how do we want to organize? And it's everyone participating and buying in so that we can build our collective power around the Commissioners Court. And we'll be inviting the commissioners and the judge if they'd like to attend so they can hear from community.
That'd be fun.
We'll see who shows up, right? Okay, any questions, comments, feedback?
Will this always be on Tuesday?
Our goal is to make it the Tuesday after the monthly Commissioners Court. So theirs is on the 14th. Ours will be in the evening the next week. And that's kind of our goal. Now, these next 3 months are going to be kind of interesting because the holiday season starts picking up. So it kind of gives us a chance to get a feel and experiment. But then in January, we hopefully kind of feel like we have it fine-tuned. And so that we'll be able to have the schedule for 26 out for everyone. So be a part of the laboratory effort of what we're doing with the community. Great question. Any other questions, comments, feedback? Did everyone get a chance to scan this QR code to RSVP or to share it with community members in case they're interested? I don't want to move on until everyone's had that chance. Like I said, if it's small, you can zoom in, and usually your phone will pick it up if you zoom in.
iPhone.
If an Apple is struggling, then,
Yeah.
I can't help you out there.
Oh,
Yeah.
looks like apples are not struggling. We're doing just fine.
Sure.
Thriving.
Huh?
Thriving.
Yeah?
Thriving. That part, EJ.
That's fine.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
You could also zoom in.
That must be an Android. I think that's an Android. now.
You can zoom in on the screen and solve every.
But yeah, for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
No, just a spot, the scroll bar,
You think you are.
within,
I put in.
No, the 28.
But no,
You hit.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I already signed up and everything, so.
that's how small it was at 200%, doesn't make it that much bigger.
Where are we at?
That's the resolution.
There's a scroll bar above it. You see that where the red is, there's another scroll bar.
I can't see who the Zoom was.
Yeah. That's tough right there. I don't know how you do it.
All right, how about there?
No?
Yeah.
That's why.
You got it right.
Well, I got your, yeah, you shared it.
I think it looks like it's time for some people to take advantage of
There's
those.
three of them actually, but yeah, they're all the same. Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is cool. That's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then one thing that's gonna help us is like figure out like how do we build a government that cares for community versus the cruelty we're seeing, and we get to all participate. And then we get to say, okay, we want leaders who are gonna do this, and when folks start running for office, they're like, oh, you're not gonna help us do this. We're gonna focus on the people who are.
Y'all need volunteers or anything for that?
There is a spot to volunteer for setup and cleanup right now,
And to bring food.
to bring food or